All right. Thanks for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen today. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. Do us a favor and subscribe to the YouTube page. Hit the bell for notifications. And, of course, upvote the video itself and participate in the conversation down below by commenting. Now, we got a football game this week. Got a football game in about, 56 hours, 60 hours, something like that. And Ole Miss and Texas Tech is going to be a very interesting game. Now, these are a couple of things you need to watch for in this game. Texas Tech is their offensive coordinator is the guy that was Bailey Zappe's offensive coordinator at Western Kentucky last year. They throw the ball around the yard. They like throwing the ball. That is their preferred method of doing it. Now, in doing so, that matches up poorly with Ole Miss's defense. So, it comes down to a situation that you need to watch. The team that can do the best ability of what's not their strength, I'm not going to say their weakness, what is not their strength is going to have the advantage in this game. The decisive part of this game could be Texas Tech's run offense against Ole Miss's run defense. If Ole Miss does a good job against that run defense, they get to play their defense and can get exotic and things like that. And the 3-2-6 with these smaller windows could be a little bit more effective. We saw games looking over the Texas Tech season to where Tyler Shuck has looked a bit erratic at times. Not calling him a bad quarterback. I just think he misses some throws that he should make from time to time. But he's a college quarterback. They mostly do that. Now, that tells me that if Ole Miss can stop their run and get into their normal defensive system, they can probably catch an errant throw or two. They have a chance to pick him off a couple of times. Again, Tyler Shuck, decent quarterback. Texas Tech, good team. And like I said, if Ole Miss plays sloppy, Texas Tech will beat them. But if we're looking for Ole Miss as a way to win this game, this is how they get there. And that is stopping the run and forcing Tyler Shuck, whenever he messes up, making him pay. If Ole Miss does that, it could be a fairly comfortable game moving into the fourth quarter. Now, if Texas Tech can run the ball, which opens up them having to do certain things to stop the run, which gives the defense in the back a little bit more space they have to cover, that's going to make Tyler Shuck more effective, and all of a sudden Texas Tech is the best version of themselves. That's a problem for the Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss is built to play ahead. They're front runners. They're not built to play from behind. That's just what they are this year. Now, I don't think they'll be that next year. So anybody that's looking at what's going on and thinking that how it tells the story for next season, that's not exactly it. I look at this season real similarly, honestly, to that 2019 season. There are players that are getting their feet wet that have a chance to make a benefit down the road. I think it'll be interesting to see. Remember, lots of fun stuff on the table for Ole Miss. Jonathan Mingo and Malik Heath, their last game in an Ole Miss uniform. I expect Quinshon Judkins to go off. I think Texas Tech is going to sell out to stop the run. But it is imperative for Ole Miss to not fall into that trap and continue to do what they're best at and just do it effectively. If they come out and try to throw the ball and throw the ball 50 times, advantage Texas Tech. Period. It's not even close. So this important thing is this game could be decided by which team comes from their weakest position better. Ole Miss's run defense, Texas Tech's run offense, and Ole Miss not taking the bait, throwing the football, and actually running the ball a good bit. So the run game is going to be imperative to who wins this game. It's going to be a line of scrimmage game. Ole Miss has to win on the line of scrimmage. This will be the first game that we've seen John Garrison coach. Just an added piece of drama to go into this game. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and honestly, I'm really excited about it. I want to see Judkins break Herschel's record. That record has stood for 42 years. You have a chance to break that. I want to see Zach Evans go off. If it's ideal, both running backs go over 100 yards. If that happens, Ole Miss wins the game. If one running back goes over 100, it's going to be iffy. If neither one of them does, look for Texas Tech to have the advantage. I think the run game is going to tell the story for both sides in this football game. I think Jared Ivey, Cedric Johnson, anybody on the defensive line, whoever plays, because I think Cedric had surgery, whoever plays on the defensive line, Tavius Robinson, those guys have to do a good job against the run. Now, what will Ole Miss do? What wrinkles will they have? I don't expect them to completely shift in just a couple of weeks before this game. But in a situation on first down, could you see something like J.J. Pegues playing out at end? To where you add a little bit of size to that line. To where you can walk up the outside linebacker. And all of a sudden, it's a true 4-2-5. Because basically in a defense, it's all an over and an under defense, whether you run a 3-4 or a 4-3. So however you step into that defense, I want to know if they have the ability to do that. Maybe put Austin Keys out there. He's got a little size to him. And all of a sudden you can change the point of attack and do things that they're not expecting you to do. It'll be interesting to see. Nobody from Ole Miss is opting out for this game. And honestly, they shouldn't. Because this is the most important game in recent memory in Ole Miss football. Because this game is about reestablishing momentum. The crap that went on in November, can't happen again. It is stunted completely the momentum. Let's build off Christmas weekend into the football game, into the Under Armour All-American game, transfer portal after that. Build that over into spring football, and let's make this our best version of ourselves. That's the whole goal. We want to be the best version of ourselves. It's okay to talk about missteps that happen because the reality is you need to expect excellence in all aspects of what you're doing. That's what you need to do. This is a new Ole Miss. This isn't the same little old Ole Miss. This is a new Ole Miss with a $9 million a year coach. So let's go into this game, maximize it, and continue to build. Seriously. Anyway, thank you for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen today. For your second listen today, check out Locked On Sports Today. From the games that matter the most to the biggest stories in sports, go beyond the scoreboard and behind the scenes with the local experts and insights only Locked On can provide. It's Locked On Sports Today, available on this app, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Tune in tomorrow. We'll keep going. We're always on Transfer Portal Watch, and I really do appreciate you handling my mental health break over the weekend. So we all needed that. Anyway, let's go. Let's get busy. Awesome week. It's game week. Texas Bowl. Hotty toddy.